And welcome back to The Factor Uncensored, a heartbreaking story from Northeast Harris County today. A 5-year-old is dead after being left in a hot car for 2 hours outside of his family's home. This is while temperatures hovered around 100 degrees today. When police arrived, it was simply too late for the child, who was going to celebrate his sister's 8th birthday today. There was even a bouncy house ready for the party at the house where this tragedy happened this afternoon.
And you know, it's got to be a tragedy because it's nothing ever intentional, Constable.
That is absolutely correct. And about 40 kids die a year this way. And so we're trying to educate the public about ways that you can throw your shoe in the back seat, throw your phone in the back seat. We give away these reminders that hang around your rearview mirrors. It's tragic. It's avoidable. And so, you know, a car heats up about 20 degrees every 10 minutes. So it's a very rapid heat that comes on. And unfortunately, these are the tragic results of these things.
And we had at least 100 degrees on the gauge today here in the city of Houston. And just imagine what that child went through. And we all can sit in judgment after saying, I would never leave my child. But you get in a hurry and you just sometimes get forgetful about the child that may be in that backseat. Dr. Ali, what happens in those types of temperatures with a child who's left in a car like that?
So Isaiah, what happens is that with all the temperature that comes into a vehicle and it doesn't leave, there's no outlet for those hot heat temperatures that the sun is putting into the car, and so it's not able to leave the car, and so it builds up heat inside, and when the heat builds up, our bodies are not able to react and compensate, especially in the kids, that they're not able to loosen their clothes, they're not able to, drink some water, do other things that would help compensate for this elevated temperature that they're undergoing. And so that is why, as the constable was saying, there are things that we should be doing, be cautious of, and taking some steps that are simple steps, but it can help prevent this sort of horrible tragedy to happen. One of those is to even lower the windows by just 2 inches. The New England Journal of Pediatrics published you can reduce temperatures of 15 degrees if you reduce the windows by 2 inches while the car is left out at a certain point of time, especially during the day.
And that may be a precaution we want to take, because when we get back in that car, even if no one is in there, you don't want it so hot when you get back in there.
That's exactly correct, Isaiah. That sort of things. And then other things that you can do as well to prevent this from happening include, as we've mentioned, the windows, turning your steering wheel so when you put your hand on it, you don't get burns because of that heat on the steering wheel. There are also examples of towels that you can put in different places of your vehicle so it can cover and be protected from all the rays that the sun is exhibiting inside the car.
Now, your agency, Constable, worked one of these last year, and as a result, you came up with an ingenious idea to try and help parents to prevent this from happening. Tell us about what your office came up with.
Well, we did work one of these tragic cases, a young man that was left on a daycare bus after they went on a field trip, and it was just tragic. And we in law enforcement are always trying to find solutions to problems that affect the public. And so we came up with a piece of a reminder that comes around and is affixed to your rearview mirror that reminds you that you have precious cargo in the back of your car, such as a kid, an animal, our elderly community. And it's just a reminder. But if you don't have that, and we give those away free because we really want to play our part in saving lives and having that reminder. We get into such a hurry, which what I understand happened today is that somebody just was in a very big hurry and was neglectful. But, in this particular case, if you don't have something that reminds you of what we have, throw a shoe. Throw your phone, because when you get out of that car and touch that hot ground with your foot, you're going to remember I threw my shoe back there for a reason. So we just need that.
And the phone, Constable, would be number one because no one's forgetting that damn phone.
Nobody's going to forget that damn phone. I agree with you wholeheartedly. So all of those are ways that we can that guarantee that when we get out of that car, whatever's in our back seat is going to be reminded, and they're not going to be forgotten.
And Dr. Ali, obviously, just being in a hot car, you don't have to just be in a hot car to face some type of heat stroke in the temperatures that we have here. What advice would you give to people really quick in the last 30 seconds we have here?
Isaiah, it's easy. Stay hydrated, drink lots of fluid, and take lots of breaks. I cannot emphasize enough to stay hydrated. We lose a lot of electrolytes when we're sweating, when we're out in these temperatures. Make sure you replenish yourself. Keep a Gatorade, Powerade with low sugar, but make sure you replenish those electrolytes and drink lots of water.
All right, Dr. Danish Ali from Arch Point Pain Institute and Constable Alan Rosen from Precinct 1, Harris County. We want to thank you both for joining us here on The Factor Uncensored tonight.
Okay, really quick, pull out your phone. I know you have it with you. If you want one of those hanging placards that the constable mentioned, it is free for every family out there. If you need it, you can get it by calling this number, 713-755-5200, or by visiting precinct1constable.net to get that hanging placard so you won't forget that child.